Treten Sie näher, treten Sie näher. Ja, okay, let's go.
Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool. The customers are cool. The place is cool. And one more thing, officer. You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang.
Hallo, hallo. Willkommen. Wir spielen eine Runde Disco Elysium. Jetzt ein neues Spiel. Ich habe eben den hier gewählt, weil ich das ganz cool fand, weil ich ja auch so super intelligent bin. Vielleicht erstellen wir aber auch einen eigenen Charakter. Furchtbar. Intellekt. Deine reine Geisteskraft gibt an, wie klug du bist. Psyche. Deine emotionale Intelligenz. Meine Muskulatur ist natürlich nicht so gut. Geschickt bin ich auch eher wenig. Wenn wir das jetzt mal auf mich beziehen. Wir könnten natürlich auch noch sagen, wir sind schlauer und normal ausgebildet. Aber es ist vielleicht ein bisschen langweilig so. Aber wir machen das, glaube ich, mal so. Dann mal weiter. Klingen, Logik, ja, da sehe ich mich auf jeden Fall. Schöpfe dein ganzes Denkvermögen aus und gehe der Welt auf den Grund. Visuelles Kalkül, das klingt ziemlich nice. Mach mal das hier, glaube ich. Oh nein. Ich hab mir die anderen noch gar nicht angeguckt. Ach, naja, egal, wird schon passen.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby.
Das ist das uralte Reptilienhirn. Eine übermäßig lange Zeit vergeht. Sie ist frei von Qualen, keinerlei Ex-Ehefrauen darin enthalten. Ich brauche noch mehr davon.
You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
Brother. Ich mag das nicht. Nee,
I know you do, baby. I know.
Okay.
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Hör nicht auf, sing weiter, sing mir das Lied vom Tod.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meet around you. A sensation.
Weiter geht's.
Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it. You're a champion.
Du schaffst das, du bist doch ein Champion. Natürlich. Mittel erfolgreich. Mein Ergebnis ist 10. Okay. Wir haben gerade Willenskraft gewürfelt. Ich habe einen zweiten Kopf, oder?
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Aus deinem Mund steigt eine Alkoholfahne empor und mit ihr unmenschliche Kopfschmerzen. Hilfe, hilf mir doch, wer trennt meinen Kopf ab, er will den Rest von mir umbringen. Das ist übrigens unser limbisches System. Wer bin ich? Was für ein Wesen tut seinem eigenen Mund so etwas an?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Kinema motor carriage.
Alright, so sehen wir aus. Wunderschön. Ich habe es mir genauso vorgestellt. Sollen wir direkt mal eine Hose anziehen oder wollen wir uns die noch ein bisschen länger so angucken? Ach, unsere Krawatte dreht sich hier. Diese Magnumflasche. Commodore Red ist leer. Was haben wir hier? Anscheinend hat jemand das Tonband mitten im Lied herausgerissen. Na komm, ziehen wir mal eine Hose an, wa? Alles nehmen. Gegenstand gewonnen. Nehmen wir direkt mal unsere schicke Hose. Wow. Ich weiß nicht, was besser ist, mit oder ohne Hose. Boni aus Gegenständen plus Elektrochemie. Suche den Partyplanet. Liebe Drogen und werde von ihnen geliebt. Also die Schlaghose bringt hier ein Minus. Da ein Plus. Interessant. Was ist denn das hier?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Dies ist eine weiße Würfelprobe. Sie ist wiederholbar. Also ein 1er-Pasch verliert immer und ein 6er-Pasch gewinnt immer. 92%, dass wir es wahrscheinlich schaffen.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Habe ich es mit meinen eigenen Händen
A
eingeschlagen?
fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
Sind sich keine Bruchstücke, die von einem Gegenstand stammen könnten, der nach dem Einschlag zurückgezogen wurde. Guter
It is
Riss.
too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Aber wir sind hier drin noch
You
nicht
hear
fertig.
a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Wenn es draußen kalt ist, ziehen wir nochmal eine Jacke an, würde ich sagen. Das sind dann quasi die Fähigkeiten. Ultimativer Disco-Blazer bringt 1. Jemand muss diesen Blazer einem langen, ausgestorbenen Disco-Freak genommen haben. Er hat ein rätselhaftes weißes Rechteck auf dem Rücken und auf dem Ärmel. Sagt er auch was zur Hose? Das hier ist jemand vollgepisste Party. Vielleicht sollten wir doch nicht alles lesen, was wir hier finden. Wollen wir uns im Spiegel angucken?
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Laut Kalender ist es März im Jahr 51. 2051? 1951?
Hello, officer.
Hello.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Because you're a police officer, sir.
Ah,
I am, yes.
vielleicht kennt sie ihn ja.
Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
Wir fragen sie mal, warum sie
Could
hier
it be because of the drinking?
egal, wir hauen
Of
jetzt ab.
course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Ich hoffe, hier ist mein Schuh. Ja, genau, weiß kann man normal probieren, ne? Sowas. War die Krawatte eine weiße Probe? Sollen wir es nochmal probieren? Was ist das hier eigentlich über mir?
There they both are. Two identical shoes. Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet. Like two baby
Oh,
crocodiles.
oh. Here we are. Na dann.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
Oh, nicht, dass ich das war.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Jetzt beschleicht mich wirklich das Gefühl, dass er uns nicht leiden kann.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Really?
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Sie meinen das sarkastisch.
What did you ride in? Take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a law-abiding citizen, and you a representative of that law.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me.
Und wo ist
She
Silvi?
just, you know,
Er zuckt mir den Schultern.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
Siehst du was?
so now you're a cop.
Na gut, dann lassen wir ihn mal. Pinball. Nein, der ist nicht angeschlossen. Sitzen Sie hier
Hello,
rum?
sweetie.
Lena, Frau des Kryptozoologen.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Ist ja gut. Alle wissen mehr als ich hier. Mr. Fliegerman.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this. But why?
Ja, gut. Wenn er das machen würde, dann schütteln wir ihm mal die Hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself.
Komm, wir könnten uns was richtig Gutes ausdenken. Da bin ich doch dabei.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Geschlagen. Dann sagen wir es jetzt.
Yes, well,
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name.
Wir haben schon mit dem
if you don't
getalkt.
mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right?
Oh, oh, Tatort?
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Ich mag keine Leichen. Na toll. Nö, haben wir nicht gemacht.
So, the body is still in the tree.
It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Okay.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go
Okay.
there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Ich spiele einfach mit.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Schauen wir mal nach unserem Ausweis.
You mean you don't have a badge? You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
Ja, klar. Melde den Verlust deines Ausweises. Okay. Na, dann reden wir mal mit ihm.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
Als er dich ansieht, fällt ihm auf, dass er deinen Namen noch nicht kennt. Du sagst nichts.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duty.
Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Oh, jetzt geht's los. Jetzt werden wir ihn in die Mangel nehmen. Wir fragen, warum sie weg ist.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this.
Nein, ich habe sie nach dem Wo gefragt. Jetzt frage ich sie, warum sie gegangen ist.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number.
Was? Er hat nach der Nummer gefragt und deswegen ist sie abgehauen? Ist nicht so gut gelaufen, was?
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea.
Sie haben recht, ich hätte sie das wahrscheinlich nicht fragen sollen. Doch, doch, doch. Ich gehe gerne gründlich vor.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
Ja, aber vielleicht haben sie ihn umgebracht, hä?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Warum ist er denn so sauer? Er ist es. Unser First Suspect. Komm, wir können ihn einbuchten und dann haben wir den Fall gelöst. Naja. Dann
Not so
gucken wir mal.
fast. You owe me 130 real.
Doch, jetzt? Ernsthaft? Du machst dich unbemerkt aus dem Stau. Ein Scheiß für dich. Ja, ich würde es probieren, auch wenn es gering ist, ne?
One moment you're running like the wind. Then you suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger. Furiously. With both hands. Why?
Oh oh. Ich gucke mal, ob wir vielleicht die Dame noch retten können.
That's true. Yes. And it's worrying. But let's not fixate on it. Look at that stupid bartender instead. He has no idea what's going on. You and your fuck you fingers floating in the air. Barkeep's got his mouth agape like an idiot. You showed him.
Nö, wir können mich mal.
Watch out!
Oh oh.
Everything goes dark.
Tja,
Back so soon.
sind wir jetzt tot? Wenn wir nochmal von vorne anfangen? Das wäre schon ziemlich hart, oder?
Is it terrifying? Have you felt the love?
Also Liebe habe ich tot sicher nicht gespürt. Geht so, es läuft ganz gut. Was meinst du damit? Läuft ganz gut.
It doesn't look so, sweetie. Are you okay?
No. You have sustained a trauma to your lower neck.
Ja, alles in Ordnung mit Ihnen?
The chair took the brunt of it.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place. The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square.
Cool.
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real.
Ja, kriegen wir hin.
And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
Wir gehen uns jetzt mal die Leiche angucken. Ich habe mir natürlich die Instructions gemerkt, wo wir jetzt lang müssen, ne? Was ist denn das hier? Eine geile Karre. Wer sind Sie?
Me? I am just a gardener. Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
She's relieved someone has come for it. Finally.
Okay.
No problem.
Ich muss...
Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Ja, Handschuhe.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Ach, das ist seine Karre bestimmt.
Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Werkzeugkasten.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Ich nehme den Bolzen.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap. go the cutters in your hand.
Ach, wir können alles nehmen.
The
Ja,
pry
dann.
bar feels
Let's go.
useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. It's robust, weatherproof, and well made. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment.
Just wait. Relax.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
Haben wir die Polizei gerufen?
Not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires.
Hat der Chef nicht gesagt, sie hat angerufen?
People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Dann fragen wir mal, warum sie nicht angerufen hat, wa?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the courts. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. What the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Ich frag mal hier, Kim.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
Ja.
No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
You do? What else can I do for you? Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Bin
I
hier,
do
um zu
hope
helfen.
so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Warum ist sie so wütend auf mich?
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart. Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. You know how it is. Yak, yak, nag, nag. No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. What
Ja, ich würd
misogyny?
gern helfen.
I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore? You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control. Then go and have a little boys' talk with God himself.
Oh, oh.
Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
Ja, komm.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message, sir.
But you said... never mind.
10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Duplicop here lost his badge.
He lost his what? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Alter.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his...
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Lying over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
Natürlich hab
He
ich.
says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance. Over. Okay, 10-4, sir.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
Ja.
What? What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force. Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over.
Ja, beenden wir das.
Understood, sir.
Scheiß drauf. Ich glaube, das führt zu nix.
Roger that. 10-10. Over.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier. Around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, a buzz with laughter when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his badge. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, all right. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. That was some gnarly shit there.
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to put his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Pfandhaus. Der eine Karte hat.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business.
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Good morning to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Das würde mich auch nerven.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer? I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal.
The words daredevil driver sound ominous.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Was weiter unten ist? Ja, ich will was von der Salami.
Sure thing.
Er schneidet eine Scheibe ab.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Wissen Sie, was weiter unten
Well,
ist?
there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Dachte, wir könnten ihm vielleicht
A
helfen.
couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Ja, wir drücken trotzdem den Hebel, ne?
Pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then nothing happens.
Fester drücken hilft auch immer bei der Fernbedienung. Das wissen wir ja alle.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Ja, also kommen wir am Mittwoch wieder. Handschuhe. Mechanik und Elektro. Das kann man sich ja je nach Situation dann zusammensuchen, was man braucht. Treten Sie näher, treten Sie näher. Ja, okay, let's go.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
Natürlich ist hier alles cool.
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer, you're very cool. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, yes. You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like. You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom. No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
But did he first mark them up 100%, just so that he could put them on sale?
My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you think? Shake things up?
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola. Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left. That's so cool, officer. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur? By buying some...
Ja, okay. Wir schauen uns um. Eine Knarre für uns.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra serious.
Ultra.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a...
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest
Only? That's mad. Fun ultra. Wear the future.
Okay, deswegen, das bringt alles nichts.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet.
It's a jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo. Days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Und zu welchem Schluss sind sie gekommen?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against...
Don't be a stranger.
Joa. Entschuldigung.
Cuno's got this.
Der Junge, der Steine auf die Leiche wirft, kann nicht älter als 12 sein. Na toll.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it.
Ich wollte es nicht
He's
sagen.
almost exquisite in his ugliness.
Oh
like
Gott.
a gremlin.
Es ist nicht nett, das Spiel, muss ich sagen.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Ja.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about. I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Oh.
Yeah, Cuno, ride the lightning, kid!
Cuno's riding at sea.
The
rake, Cuno! You should throw the rake at him, Cuno!
The fuck does Cuno know what a rake is? Cuno's not a gardener. All right, entertain the Cuno. Show me what you got. What you got there?
Yeah.
What you got? Right, pig. This is where Cuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Cuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah?
Oh,
the kingdom of Cuno. Yeah,
ich
whatever.
Ich wollte
Cuno
fragen,
doesn't
was
give a
über die
shit.
Leiche weiß.
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Cuno! Pig's choking! He's totally choking!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
A couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Cuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Cuno!
Looks like you're a faggoty now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
Testing Cuno.
Get lost!
Wer ist Cuno?
Cuno's Cuno, pig?
Der Junge zeigt mit beiden Daumen auf seine Brust.
It's always Cuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Shoot that shit at Cuno. Cuno doesn't...
mal. Ein Mensch verwest. Reden wir mal mit ihm, wa?
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Oh, ich würde mich übergeben.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind.
Lass es raus. Nach dem ganzen Alkohol tut es vielleicht ganz gut. Machst du das schon? Uah.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Danke.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Ja,
there
woher?
is Fritz nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't, there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for this.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Wir drehen uns um. Das heißt, wir brauchen erstmal Ammonium.
Hello again, officer. How are you? Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Okay.
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Okay,
She
vergessen wir es.
shifts in her.
Pulle Ammonium. So, kann ich das jetzt nehmen oder wie funktioniert das? Hinweis, das ist ein Gegenstand, den du für einen Auftrag. Du musst ihn nicht anlegen, um ihn zu verwenden. Es reicht aus, wenn er sich im Inventar befindet. Alright.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Hilft das jetzt?
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces
toll.
tears out of your duct. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Oh Gott.
Nor does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it.
Klopft ihr wieder auf den Rücken.
Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
sind wieder.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too. That's probably a good idea. Clear our heads. But before we can do that, need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay, gehen. Ich mache einfach mal alle 3.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. What do you think you are? A super detective?
Yeah.
You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Wo kann dieses scheiß Kind jetzt mal aufhören, da Steine zu werfen?
Fuck does Cuno care? The fuck about it? Cuno's fuck gimp. Cuno uses the fuck...
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Cuno knows all kinds of shit. Cuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Cuno sing into the... Probably climbed. Cuno was busy down the road when that shit... You heard Cuno? Cuno wasn't even in my... I don't know. Some fucking mess or I don't...
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Why you gotta be riding Cuno's ass? You wanna know where Cuno was? You wanna know what Cuno...
Don't tell him that, Cuno!
It's not fucking lame. Cuno's building Cuno's city. Night City, Rage City, the City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Lame!
That's the name of Cuno's city, bitch. Get the fuck off Cuno's back. This shit ain't about that. You're testing Cuno's pace.
Get lost,
Yeah, like a fucking volcano. Yeah. Fucking...
You're lucky you didn't die there.
Yeah. Cuno's got some advice for you.
Die Junge sieht erst nach links und dann nach rechts und dann beugt sich zu dir
What
vor.
are you? Like 80, right? Maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a fucking kid.
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a Cuno-fied non-vomiter. That's right. Turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths. Try it again now.
Cuno doesn't fuck...
Da. Crime,
Hello,
Romane.
sir. Step right in. The store is open.
So.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Was ist das für ein
It's a
Laden?
bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. You're fooling nobody.
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Wer sind diese Berühmtheiten?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store.
Warum stehst du hier in der
I'm
Kälte?
signaling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of...
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Kind of you to offer, sir. Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Okay. Naja. Wie laufen
Mum
die
says it's
Geschäfte?
peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Verflucht? Wie meinst du
Cursed
das?
in a way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrott?
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
No, ich sehe mir das besser an.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
Guten Tag. Haben Sie eine Stadtkarte?
Welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
She smiles and nods.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed.
What in God's name is she talking about?
Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Natürlich.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yep.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
Oh, 10.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart.
Volumetric ship compressor.
Ah, jetzt haben wir ihn erforscht sozusagen.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Okay. Ich will hier hinten rein.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Was befindet sich denn da?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Wir reißen sie auf.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
Okay.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of Île de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Hello again, esteemed officer.
No,
Well,
rings.
I already told you. It's just a storage room for employees.
yeah.
Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books. It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything? The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Was?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Are you sure? Don't
Natürlich.
think I haven't seen charlatans before. I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but
The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then, rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Wird es Kollateralschaden geben.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
Schwören. Wir schwören.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney? That chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin.
Ciao, ciao.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
What is this place? But no one's been here in ages.
Ausgestopfte Tiere, wie bei dem Typen im Hotel. Gar nicht gruselig hier. Hätte ich ja nicht gedacht, dass wir jetzt hier noch Fluchlöten zum Geld. Okay. Das ist ein Tresor.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
Ich lasse es mal kurz in der Ruhe, weil ich glaube fast, wenn es ein Projektor ist, wäre es vielleicht sinnvoll, wenn wir vorher die Tafel wischen.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic, translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those Wilkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin. One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, the heat-death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe. This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, see the prod schedule filament for details. The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe.
Okay.
The dusty radio computer sleeps on its wired frame. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Natürlich tun wir den da
Like
rein.
a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Dann drücken wir auf Play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne. Now please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
Now please tell me the reason for your call, Fortress Accident. The filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Ja.
Good. Please repeat the password. No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Hier ist die Polizei.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder, Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
Ja, wir haben das nicht, ne?
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
The terminal. One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio game. That's what the catalog says. Any other questions? Thank you and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Ich drück mal Print, wa?
Nothing happens. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you?
Yep.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. It says, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
Bürger. It's okay.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizens Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Because it's not part of reality.
So desperately mundane. You need to funk this case up. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Nee.
Good.
Sag's ihm mal.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even. A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Okay, steht hier ein Passwort drauf.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tile. Very pedantic. History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun. Geo frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes too. Sparse and cryptic, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced, perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Someone very important, the leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks all of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Und ein Eisbär.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
You don't have a single guess?
No.
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge. Someone who owns a radio computer? My guess is as good as yours, officer.
Which is to say, not very good.
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer. Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but yes, especially in here. Okay, let's keep moving.
Yep.